Let's
Let's
pop.
pop the top. Welcome back to Drunk Wives Club, and we are officially out of dry January.
Oh my God, thank you, Jesus, because I just think it didn't seem like it was that long, but during it seemed like we would never get out of it. And I downloaded this app that you could track every day. So it was like a game. But then I remember the first week, I was like, oh my God, we're only on day 7 and January has 31 days.
I
But
know it's a long month. It's a long month.
I feel accomplished.
I'm not gonna lie, we're still recording this in January, so technically we are still in dry January, but we
We're
have
going
all
to feel accomplished.
we will accomplish it. We have all of the thoughts in the world. We're manifesting that we will get through this. I mean, there's literally 1 week left, so and almost all of it is there's only like 2 drinking days in there, so we'll be fine.
That's true. And yesterday was actually the premiere of The Bachelor. And Chelsea and I always have Bachelor Mondays. And she's like, you can just cheat. It's close enough. I was like, no, but we're so close that I cannot cheat, or the whole 3 weeks would be a waste.
I know it would be a waste. Did she drink?
Yeah, she did. I was like, I
Good.
have so many adult beverages that have just been staring at me in the face. So you should enjoy them. And I'll drink this nice non-alcoholic hot water and just be sad.
What did she drink? I'm just gonna
Drank
live
high
for
noons.
you right now.
Yeah, she drank
Oh,
high noons. I don't think she drank a tequila one. I think she just had two regular, her favorites are watermelon. And I smelled it and I was like, oh my God, they smell so good. They
we
are
don't
so
have a
good.
problem. It's fine. We're
Yeah.
fine. We don't have a problem.
Oh, so
So how did it go? Because you were so excited about watching it. So anybody who hasn't watched like the last episode, we talked about that it's premiering and it's actually somebody from like our hometown. So I'm not going to watch it until they get to our hometown and show our hometown. But Jess is a big Bachelor fan. So what do you
me
think?
too. I think he's so sweet, but the whole thing with The Bachelor is I just don't think it's a legitimate show anymore. Like people just go on it to be on TV.
Yeah.
But some of the girls, there's like this really sweet girl from the Midwest who has a cochlear implant. So I'm rooting for her because she sat down and the first thing she said to him was, I'm just so excited for you. And I was like, what a sweet lady.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And then
God.
there was the other girl that was 24. And I always think the younger 20-year-olds, I'm like, are they really ready for marriage, or are they just on the show for the show?
How old is he?
He's 28, I believe.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like what is there like anyone who's like 21 on the show?
No, most of them are like in their high 20s or like
Okay, like
30 to
24.
33. Yeah. And the other thing I think about on shows like this is, what do they tell their jobs? Because some of them have legitimate jobs, like one's an ICU nurse, other ones are like marketing specialist. So I'm like, do they just leave their job for 2 months, or do they say, can I come back after 2 months? I don't know.
Well, no, I think about that about a lot of reality TV because Love is Blind. They have like some people who have legitimate jobs. And I actually think one of the guys from one of the first seasons, like because he was on the show, like he can't get a job anymore. Like he lost his job going there and then he hasn't been able to find another job in his field. So it's very interesting though, because we're like part of this recession. I guess it hasn't like officially happened yet, but I feel like a lot of industries are feeling it. So it's like maybe they lost their jobs when this was being filmed, but I guess we do have to think about that. Like, is it still being filmed? How
I don't
far?
think so. I think it's over already because when it starts premiering, they have to basically hide for two
Right.
months. So like they can't post anything until the end. So it's definitely already wrapped up. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if the hometowns were here, because I feel like we would have known about them. Like people would have noticed a camera crew.
I talked to Mark about it and he thinks that they were in Philly,
True.
which
That's
like
more
makes
incognito.
yeah.
Yeah. When he came out, he said he was from Philly, but his family is so freaking Italian, which makes me realize that they have to have ties to that Collegeville Italian bakery because he was there so
He was
often.
there so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're
So I don't,
like on the news. So I think like they do a lot for the community and I think they have ties like a lot locally. So maybe it was like through a news station. I don't know, but you thought it was good. Like you think it's going to be
yeah,
a good
I
season,
hope so. I mean, they're all like the same, and their girls are already fighting with each other.
but
And
it's been one episode.
I
What
know,
could they
and the one
possibly be
girl was
fighting about?
like bawling just because she didn't get to talk to him and she got sent home. But I was like, you don't even know him. Like, you might not even mesh well together. So just the drama of it all. And I also can't think about being on a show like that with 30 other women who are all dating the same man. And he's telling you all the same crap. That's the thing. He always says, like, thank you for sharing that. I love that. You're so beautiful. I'm like, it's like you can close your eyes and not even know who he's talking to.
And you still will watch every single
Oh, I
episode.
will. I need to know what happens. I'm rooting for Daisy, the cochlear
Okay.
girl. She's
Okay, good to know.
fun.
She got a rose.
Yeah.
Do they
And
still do that?
they do. And this other girl, I don't know how it works. There's some other show called like After the Final Rose, and
Oh
she
yeah.
had this special card that said she could steal a one-on-one at any point of the season from somebody else. And she was bawling over it. I was like, girl, all these other girls are going to turn out to be major B words once it starts to get into the competition. And she threw the card in the fire. So now she doesn't get to do that anymore. And she was
Wow.
distraught about the whole thing. She was just crying. She's like, I could never do that to somebody. And I was like, okay, I could for Joey.
So, do we think that these people are I already have my opinion on it and can't even ask the question without laughing. Do we think these people are actually in it for love or do we think that they're in it for fame just like the like 5th and 6th season of Love is Blind?
I think it's totally fame for most of them. Because really, the concept of the whole thing is like, you're going to leave your life to go on a reality TV show for love. Like, you couldn't find someone anywhere else.
I know, but we've talked about it and like we don't know if we weren't married or dating somebody like how we would find somebody. Maybe people, I don't know, I can't even
I
say it.
definitely wouldn't go on TV because I am too socially awkward.
Not with alcohol.
Yeah. But I guess there's like a 2 drink minimum. You can only drink 2 drinks
Oh,
every
really?
like taping or something, which is not a lot.
I know, but I actually feel like that makes me feel more confident that they're at least like, if they're going to be socially awkward, they'll know it.
Yeah, that's true. But it was great. I highly recommend. I can't wait till hometowns. I hope we recognize something.
You've had such an interesting week because you did that yesterday. And what did you do today?
Oh my gosh, I was late to the taping of this because Anthony and I were at dinner and I really want these freaking golden goose shoes, which I think we talked about in like a very beginning episode.
They look like bowling shoes.
They do look like bowling shoes, but they came out with this limited edition pair for Valentine's Day. And I won half the money at the casino a couple weeks ago for these shoes. So my whole hobby the last couple weeks has been winning the other half. So I was like, Anthony, let's just go for 30 minutes because I have to go home and record this episode. And I sat down at this machine and I freaking won a $2,000 jackpot. And then I had to text Shannon, like, I may or may not be late for this taping because I won this jackpot and I have to wait to be paid. But now I have my shoe money and I cannot go back to the casino for a long time because I don't think I will ever win again.
You need to send me a picture of the shoes that you're going to get.
Oh my God, they're ridiculous. But they say
Will you
love you
get
on the
them?
back. So
They
it's
say what?
they say love you on the back. That's why I want them.
Where do you get these?
There's a store at the mall.
It's called the Golden Goose Store.
Yeah, just golden goose. But I need them. And now every time I wear them, I can think about how the casino paid for my shoes.
You'll have to send me a picture of them.
I don't want to
Oh,
because,
and this will come out before Valentine's Day, so we
yeah,
can post a picture of them. No,
yeah.
I'm excited for you.
I should have taken a picture in front of the machine with my little card out. But that's how my day is going. So I was telling Anthony on the way home, maybe I should just never drink again because the fact that we're not drinking, I need something else to do with my spare time, which has been the casino. But now if I can
That
drink
does
when I
feel
win, I can drink at the casino.
that just feels like a different addiction. So that could become a thing. So, if you want to do that, that is great, but I won't be partaking in that.
Oh, okay. I remember you went to the casino once. I think it was Xfinity Live and you bet $1.
I did, and I didn't like it there, but it was also after an Eagles game. It was 100 degrees outside, and I was trapped in a parking lot because they didn't let us out. They blocked the whole parking lot, so I was just like not in like the best mood anyway. But I did also go to one in Atlantic City, and I lost $20 in 3 minutes, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm
No,
just
it's
like
very
a big
frustrating.
saver, and so I cannot it just, like, pains me to lose money for no reason, so because I never win. So, I just don't I mean, I'm, like, fine with the atmosphere, but I don't which one did you go to today?
Valley Forge.
Really?
Yeah, which that one never hits. But
Wow.
here we are to say I hit. And of course, the part of being married is Anthony and I have this deal that whoever wins has to split it. So I had to split my winnings.
With
And
him?
yeah, that's just part of
What's he
it I don't enjoy.
so what's he gonna do with his part?
He said he's going to go back to the casino. I was like, no, I'm not going to give it to you unless you're going to spend it on something lawn related because that seems ideal.
Oh my gosh, him and the lawn. You and the house, like, everything you guys are obsessed. It's something that I can get behind. I don't have that same desire to give a shit about, anything outside of my house, but I love
Maybe
it
he
for
will
you.
one day. Thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll never be into the gardening aspect, but definitely making your driveway look better when all your neighbors have a freaking snowblower and they don't offer assistance. That I will always be behind.
I know, but I don't even have a driveway, so I don't even have to worry
I
about that.
know you don't even have to shovel or anything. Do you have to
No,
shovel the sidewalk?
I'm not supposed to, but we do, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, if I like move, maybe when I have to like care about these things, but right now, I don't really have to care about them. So
You're
it's really
destined to be my neighbor. I'm still waiting.
I know.
You're
I
getting
know.
closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it seems like your dry January is really on the up and up.
I know. I really have no complaints besides the fact that sometimes during the day, I'm like, man, I really wish I could have an adult beverage or
I
five. I don't know.
really wish that I could say the same about myself. But I can't. So I think um
You're doing great though,
I
overall.
am, like, the world is truly testing me, so, 2 days after we recorded the last episode, which I think I just, like, went on a whole tangent about the snow and not being able to work and, like, all this hard stuff, um, I'm just gonna go on, like, another tangent about what happened to me 2 days after we recorded that episode, and, it just truly shows how chaotic my house is. You know how, like, sometimes, like, people say that and they're, like, exaggerating? But then, like, when I tell the stories about the things that happen, or if anyone is ever on the phone with Mark or I, you will hear it in the background between my son and my dog. Like, they are chaos. They love each other, but they are just total chaos. And so, Jess does not know this story because I waited to tell her,
I'm so excited.
until we were recording. So, I spent my Sunday it all started fine and dandy, and then, I came upstairs from working out. Mark was playing with Brady and Gus, our dog, and, everything was fine, and then we always, like, let him play in the bathroom, like, if we're in the bathroom, and so, I was in the bathroom and I was with Brady and he was fine and he was playing with something and then he decided to give that something to Gus and Gus proceeded to take it under the bed and eat it.
What was it?
A tampon from a box. Like Brady took the tampon from the box, gave it to Gus. Gus is the smartest dumb dog because he unwrapped it,
And
took
ate the cotton?
he unwrapped it was like an unused tampon. He took it out of the wrapping, then he took it out of the plastic and only ate the full tampon in its
Well,
entirety.
at least he didn't eat the plastic.
No, so actually that would have probably been better because as all females know,
It
um, those
expands.
suckers are absorbent. And so it was a great time, especially because I saw him eating it and he is so smart that he got to the part under the bed where I could not reach him. So I just watched a string hang out of his mouth until he swallowed it whole. And so it was great. Then we called neighbors to see, actually, we called poison control and they told us that we had to make him throw up. And so then I called a
Make
bunch
him
of
throw
neighbors.
up?
Yes, and then I, called a bunch of neighbors to see if they had the thing that we needed to have him throw up, and, only one did, and it was expired, and poison control specifically said it can't be expired. So then Mark had to run to Target, came back,
What
um,
stuff that makes dogs throw up?
hydrogen peroxide, 3%. So if you ever need it, I
I
have.
have no idea.
And so we were supposed to give it to him. There was like this whole thing, like, they told us how to do it. We did it, didn't throw up. Then they told us we could do it one more time, still didn't throw up. And if they didn't throw up, then we would have to take him to the vet, which it was a Sunday. And so we would have had to take him to an emergency vet.
Which is like
And so
$100.
he ended up throwing up 20 minutes like later than he probably was supposed to and only threw half of it up. So then we still had to take him. And so
The emergency vet?
mhm.
How'd they get
Yeah.
it out?
Oh, they didn't. He didn't throw any of the rest of it up. So now, we just have to watch. He's fine, but we just have to watch him for, like, the next 5 days. And so I was like, "Wow, thank you, the for all this."
Driving for God.
I'm speechless about how, the world is just testing me, and I didn't there actually was, like, no time for alcohol,
But
but
it would have been nice after, or the day after, the morning after.
anytime, really.
Oh my
Yeah,
poor
total
Gus.
total chaos, and then when I, like, told people, they were, like, looking at me like I'm crazy, like, "How could you let your dog, like, go into your trash can?" And I'm like, "No, no, no. No."
It was an unused one.
It was
Perfect.
even worse. Literally was handed to him like a treat. So, it's great.
How often have you had to call poison control for that?
Twice.
Because he ate a pen before, didn't he? He ate
He
the
ate
egg.
a pen, but he was super smart, and he only ate the plastic part and stopped when he got to the ink. So he
We
was fine.
love
He
Gus.
also has eaten a remote, a fan remote, and he pooped that out, including the buttons. He's eaten part of a shoe, that didn't go well, and then I thought, "Oh, hey, maybe that now this is, like, the most serious one 'cause all in all, we can really laugh about it now because he's fine, but it was, like, pretty scary because it absorbs, so it can absorb, like, and expand, like,
Mhm.
and pretty much anything in your blood system, like, you're not supposed to have that in there. So, I can laugh about it now, but it was probably, like, the most serious thing that well, it is the most serious thing that he's eaten, and so I really had high hopes that after him being forced to throw up 3 different times, um, he would just get over it and, like, understand, and then he ate a tissue this morning, so, he's learned nothing.
Dog's so dumb, but you love him. I can't
He's so
imagine.
smart, though. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah,
He
they
took the whole thing apart.
He was like, I'm not going to eat the plastic part. I'm going to eat the good part, the absorbent part.
Yeah. So all in all, we did make it through dry January, but man, were we tested. And I think this is probably gonna come out February 4th, I think it
I
is.
know. If
February 5th.
yeah,
February 5th. And so at this point, we will have drank because we are excited for February 2nd.
yeah.
And
And I will say I miss getting a little tipsy on these episodes, which sometimes I have, if you have not noticed. Like that one time I downed a whole double IPA in like 20 minutes.
oh
It was
yeah, that was a good
fun.
one.
It was fun, but I still think we're funny sober too.
I
I think
told you that.
we're enjoyable.
So now
I
that we've done how many episodes sober, like you agree that we can be fun without alcohol, right?
Well, I agree, but it's not my favorite thing to do.
No, but we don't need it. We don't need it.
We
We
don't.
just like it
We
a
love
lot,
it.
a lot enough to name a podcast from our love of it. So
Yeah, which it could be offensive to some people, but it's not. We're
yeah,
normal drunks. We're not
sure.
even drunks. Maybe.
No, I don't think. I mean, uh, that's like a strong word. So, like, no, I don't think so. I think we just like to drink.
Yeah, we're just normal adults partaking in adult activities.
I really can't stop staring at the Oreo stout that is just staring at me in the face every single time I
Is it?
open.
I meant to ask you, is it made with actual Oreos?
I think it would have to be if it says that. Because
Mhm.
I remember when Stickman, which is like also another local brewery that is no longer open near us, but when they had one, they had a beer and it was like called Oreo something, and they had to change it. So I think it'll be interesting. I'll have to look at the ingredients on it, but I think that if it like says it in there, then it has to be real Oreos, like, and not just like a chocolate and vanilla cookie.
I want an Oreo now. But the thing with Oreos is you can't just eat one. And I think the serving size is only two,
I
which,
ate 2 today, and so, again, my healthy habits are going real well, so
but your Peloton schedule is going even better. So that's really all that matters here.
it is. How is your strength training going? I don't think we actually talked about that in the last episode, so, just as a, um, reminder as to everybody that that was Jess's, resolution was
Well, I
to
bought 15-pound weights for my lower body. So that's going well. My back hasn't hurt yet, which was what I was really scared about. But the whole thing with strength training, I was just telling Maddie's little sister about this today because she's a personal trainer, is I don't like working out without sweating because then I feel like it's just a waste of time. And I was like, the whole reason I'm doing strength training is to build muscle, but I feel like I don't even sweat. So how do I know if it's working? And she said you should really start doing a warm up before like 10 minutes of cardio. So I think I'm going to start doing that. But
Yeah,
so good.
I think it depends on the day, like, sometimes I will do, um sometimes, like, I don't have, like, the time, so I'll just do, like, a 10-minute arms and a 10-minute legs just to, like, get it in and try and cover my whole body, which is, like, definitely not how you're supposed to do it. Like, usually you do, like, a day dedicated to, like, one part of your body and then another day dedicated to another part of your body, and I'm like, I just wanna do all the things when
Yeah,
I have
at
the
once.
time to do them because sometimes I don't have any time. But I will say, like, today I did a 15-minute ride and then 10-minute core, and you can, like, definitely tell, like, it's a lot harder to do after you do the bike to do, like, something else.
Yeah.
So or you
The
can
bike
do,
is
like,
intense.
or you can do, like, a light weights, like, to start, like for your arms or something, and then do like something else and your body's like already warmed up. So I do agree. I don't know much about any of this and I don't think I'm doing it right, but I'm feeling better, so it's fine.
That's what matters. I will give it to anybody who works out for more than 45 minutes because at the end of 30 minutes, I'm like, I am done with this. I have other things to do with my day. But some people spend a lot of time working out, like a full hour to 2 hours. And I just don't know how they fit that in their day.
Well, I think it also depends because up until literally a month ago, I did that because it wasn't for 2 hours, but it would probably be for like an hour, hour and 20 minutes sometimes
Really?
because
That's a long time.
yeah, because I didn't have sometimes it wasn't, but, like, sometimes it was because I don't have time every day, so it wasn't
That
like I
makes
was
sense.
able to work out, like, 5 days a week, I would only be able to work out, like, 2, so I would try to get, like, all the workouts in that would have been in 5 days in 2 days, and I do know some people that do that for that reason, but then there are other people who literally work out like over an hour every day. But if
That's a
they
lot.
have the time and their body isn't like being drained by it, then go for it. So you don't like it, is what you're telling me. You don't like the
I
strength.
don't not like it. I just like, I don't know. I love cardio and I love the bike because I love all the instructors. I like strength. It's just, I don't know if I could do it every day. Like right now, I do it 3 times a week, which is fine, but I miss the intensity of cardio.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said when we started talking about it that you even if it was like you're trying it just to see like what you can do and what's possible, and if that means it like you're incorporating it like once a week, then that's like something. So I think even if you dropped it down to like 2 days a week, that would be fine.
Yeah, I'm really into bringing back what I was destined to do during COVID, during the shutdown, which was I don't know if I should say this, but I'm just gonna say it. It was big booty Judy summer, and that's what I'm trying to achieve again.
What is that?
It's just like I wanted to grow a butt, but I did want to do it normally and do it with weight training. So that's what I'm trying to do again.
Oh, I can
Your
definitely get
face
behind
during
that. No,
that.
I literally thought that was like a thing, and I was like, I literally don't know what that is.
Oh no, I just made it up during COVID because I
I
couldn't do any
love that.
dances anymore. So it was big booty Judy summer. It didn't work out then, so I don't have high hopes for it for summer
But why
2022.
didn't it work out then?
I don't know, because I think it was before I got the Peloton and I was just doing workouts through like on demand and they weren't that exciting, so I just stopped.
Oh, it was before the Peloton.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
before I got it.
okay.
So it was just like YouTube workouts, which I don't
So
really trust
you do you do, like, glutes and legs exercises?
them. Yeah.
I just did one yesterday and it killed me.
With who?
Logan.
Oh, I like him. I think Callie's my new favorite.
Oh, that's Mark's favorite.
Yeah, she's fun and she plays good music.
That's why Mark said I would like her.
I have a question because I we have been watching so much Bravo TV. Who would you say your favorite Bravo celebrity is?
Ooh, ooh, that is a hard one.
I know, because I was trying to think for myself and I was like, there's just so many and so
If
many
they're
different shows.
currently still on a show,
Yes.
I would probably have to say Paige.
Really?
Yeah,
I do like,
or or Craig.
yeah. I was gonna say,
Not because they're together, just because I think they're hilarious.
I think Craig is the most person who has grown the most on Bravo
Yes,
TV.
but he's still himself, and he still has all of his conspiracy theories, and he's
Yes.
hilarious.
I was also going to say the person who is not on the shows anymore would be Stassi. Because
That's
Stassi
why
was
I asked,
amazing.
'cause that's who I would pick.
Yeah. Okay.
Who do
That's
you
good.
pick?
I think the current one on the show, this is gonna sound crazy, but it's from Southern Charm, and it is freaking Whitney.
Oh, okay.
Whitney. He's not like a main character, but his little side comments I think are funny, and he's very
He's
wise.
Yes, he's smart enough to not be a main character on that show anymore, but still like make appearances. So I think that makes sense. I also like Madison.
I do love Madison. I used to
Right.
hate her,
I
but now
couldn't
I love
stand her. Yeah,
her.
I
No.
couldn't stand her before. That is a good question. Well, that leads me to my sweatshirt, which we have mentioned on a previous episode, and I am wearing my Do Not Activate Me sweatshirt. It's actually a crop top sweatshirt, but I'm
Amazing. It's
not
so
gonna
soft.
show you the
I
full
don't
thing.
think she sells the stuff anymore.
She doesn't. But I'm so excited because it's officially February, and that means that the new season comes out, and it comes out
20 seconds.
on my birthday.
It does. It's
Mhm.
like the best birthday present you could ever get
That's
because
what I
I'm wondering
said.
if they're going to open it with the engagement
They
issues.
have to. They have to.
Yeah. But are they all in the house together?
When? When it
Like after
happens?
he calls it off? Like,
No.
are Lindsay and Carl in the house or is she
They're
just
in the house, I think, but nobody I don't know. Nobody is, like, with them, so when it happens. So maybe it's just their apartment. I'm not sure.
yeah. I know. I'm so interested to see how it plays out because I'm not his biggest fan anymore after hearing about how he did it. But it seems like him and Kyle are friends again, and he works for Loverboy,
I
which
know, we actually talked about that the last episode because then we started going on a tangent about how, um, we just, like there's now new Loverboy drinks that we need to try.
there is. There
Yes.
truly is.
Well, I feel like we have been literally just talking to ourselves for the last 30 minutes because, shocker, I started a timer.
You
So,
did? It's been
I
30 minutes already?
yes. So for the next 15-ish minutes, we are gonna talk about hot takes, which,
Oh my God, that
Jess
Shannon did not know about.
yeah, Jess came up with this, and I was like, "I don't really understand what a hot take is," so I'm not gonna lie, I did have to Google it and have Jess explain it to me, like I'm 90 years old. So, but we have just, again, been so observant about a lot of things and a lot of people, um, while being sober. So, Jess, let's hear your first one.
Yeah, let's see. I feel like I will just be honest with my hot takes. This is the time I wish I was drinking because I feel like my hot takes would be so much more enjoyable, but I will go safe here. My hot take of the day is I have multiple, but this will be my first one, is that I do not trust anybody, a man or a woman, who only posts selfies on their social media because I feel like it's just very attention seeking. Unless you're a legitimate model or a celebrity, but if you're just a regular person, I don't want to see you every day.
What if you're an influencer?
A legitimate influencer,
Yeah.
I think that would be okay. But just like the normal person, like if I posted a selfie every day, would you tell me that I should stop?
No, I think I'd, like, let you live your life, I just probably wouldn't follow you anymore. But yeah,
Yeah, I just think there's something off about
when
people
you
like
say selfie, do you mean, like, full on just, like, a picture, like a typical, like,
that.
standard
Yeah, a
selfie?
typical selfie. And I think I
Or do
feel
you mean, like, a headshot or, like, a full body shot of just yourself? Like, are you saying, like, somebody who only posts pictures of themselves or somebody who posts only selfies?
only selfies. Like
Okay.
of themselves, I feel like it's fine because it could be like a really good background or a cute pose. But if it's only yourself, I'm questioning you. But that's probably just me because I never post selfies and none of my friends
You
ever
actually don't
really.
really post that much anymore, I noticed.
I know I don't. I'm so bad because I really don't know how to use social media anymore. After I tried to create that reel that took 30 minutes,
Oh, man,
just
yeah.
I don't really post in general. I put stuff on my stories. That's about it. That's about the extent of my knowledge of social
Yeah,
media.
but I think that's like what people use it a lot for now. I
Yeah.
would think.
So
Okay, that's a good one. I actually don't disagree with that one at all.
that's because we're the same.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that one. My hot take is that I think that breakfast or like morning alcoholic beverages are overrated.
I could agree with that.
So like Bloody Marys, I don't understand them. It's hot ketchup and I don't like I swear. And then I don't like um champagne and I don't like orange juice. So like that's a no-go for me. And I want to clarify it's like the societal accepted breakfast like morning drinks, not just like a drink in the morning because as we know, I tailgate and I am not opposed to drinking in the morning. I'm just opposed to the fact that like those are the only socially acceptable alcoholic drinks when they're just crappy.
Some people love Bloody Marys. I am the same. I can't get behind it. And I'm not a big champagne person in general. So mixing it with orange juice, like I'd rather just drink champagne straight,
Yeah.
not mixing it with anything. But yeah, I'm not a big breakfast or brunch cocktail person either. I'd rather just drink a vodka soda or a beer.
Right. And I don't care that it's 9 in the morning. I'll drink one of those. It's not the drinking in the morning part. It's just like who came up with just those drinks in the morning. And
Let's
I will say they do try to like change the mimosas to like have like a different juice or something else. And I still just don't like the champagne. So
taste like crap.
you can count me out for that. So that was my first one.
My second one, actually, I just thought of today as well because our tech guy at work brought in Girl Scout cookies, which I am all for supporting nonprofit organizations because I work for one. But those Girl Scouts are freaking hustlers. Like every time I see them, I have to buy a box. And then if I don't buy a box, they look at you like you're a terrible person. So my hot take number two is that you can say no because the Girl Scouts have a boatload of money. So it's not like if you don't buy an overpriced box of cookies, the organization is going to fail. But those kids standing out in the cold, I feel bad for them, but I don't want their cookies. I'll just give them a donation.
I feel like that's such more of a hot take than the first one that you said. That's a big one. I understand it. I think that's just good marketing.
It is. And
You
they
get
always
these
stand
really
at
cute
great
kids.
places.
Yeah, you get these really cute kids to do like all of the hard work for you. Also, I think it teaches them like how to, which I don't know, but like
Themselves.
yeah, but just like market themselves, market like what they're selling, have them believe in something. So I totally get it. I get what you're saying. I do think that is a hot take. I will say that I think that the cookies get smaller and the prices of the box get larger.
Yeah.
Every single year, like now they're $5. I'm like, for what? Um, I know. So it's a lot, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna buy them. So
Yeah, I always buy extra because I freeze them and then I forget they're in the freezer, so then I just have to throw them away anyway. But those
have
thin things,
you ever done a beer flight with cookie with
no.
oh,
Where
I
do
did
you
that
do that?
last year. We're gonna do that. We're
Where?
gonna do that in oh, this is so frustrating. So just so everybody knows, we have to try and plan our episodes like ahead of time because we need them because we can't do it all, guys. But
We're
we
only two people. We're trying to
yeah,
drink again.
and we also have full-time jobs that we work very much not normal hours for. Hence why we are virtual again, even though that Jess was at the casino. But it's fine.
I was like, should I do
Um,
it from my phone or
I'm
something?
trying to think because we essentially we're going to be sober for the first 2 episodes that air in February.
Yes, we are.
So the next one that we record, maybe we do that on the second, like before we um
Before
figure
our
it
night
out.
out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out, but either way, I'm gonna make sure when do the Girl Scout cookies I know people are selling them, but when can you actually, like, get them? Do they have them? How does this
He
work?
said he bought them today, so they're
Okay.
out there somewhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure we have them for the first episode that where it's possible to record for when we're allowed to drink, and I'm gonna put a flight together.
Oh my gosh, that will be our pregame to the night, which
I
I think
did it last year, I have to find out which beers I did, but I already have a beer. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this. I already bought one.
that's all that matters. Wow, I'm excited.
You're gonna hate it though because some of them are dark
Dark
beers,
beers.
but they go really good with the chocolate cookies because you
Maybe
do
my taste buds have changed in a month and I like dark beer.
your taste buds probably have changed because that's actually like how it works, I think, to be
Is it? I
honest.
just kind of made that up and was
Look,
hoping
it's
it.
how it works. When I
Wow.
didn't say it's not how it works. Look at that.
See?
Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna figure that out. That is a good hot take though.
I
That's
know.
a really good one.
Thank
That's a
you.
good
I
one.
love a good hot take.
Yeah. I have another one which isn't a surprise because it's also alcohol related. And we already talked about this on an episode because I had it for the first time and I don't need any ever again to know that rosé is also overrated because if I just wanted to have juice, I
Rude.
juice.
I do not agree with that because
I
maybe
know.
you're drinking the wrong rosé, and I know I gave you
You
rosé.
gave it to me.
Maybe I'll try again. But I
I
mean,
think I will try, like, I'm not gonna sound, like, snobby, but I will try, like, a good one, and then I may take my hot take back, but as of right now, hard no, I don't drink juice. I don't want alcoholic juice. I just
man, that
don't
hurts
like
me
it.
because rosé is my favorite type of wine,
I know.
and you just didn't like it.
No.
Well, that's a good one. I feel like rosé is also very taste specific. Like I can't drink red wine, but I could drink rosé all day. Rosé all day.
I know, and I'm the opposite.
Hmm. Well,
Do you have another one?
no.
I have one more.
I was trying to think of one that maybe I'll come up with one.
I that one was super quick because it's like obvious that if people have been paying attention, it's not really like a surprise. So this is another one. It is kind of specific to situations, like it does depend on situations, but I'm saying this as a general statement just to preface that I think that hotels are better than Airbnbs.
Ooh, I totally agree. Also, Airbnbs used to be more cost effective, and now they're like 10 times more expensive because they tack on the cleaning fee and everything. So by the
Yeah,
time you book an Airbnb, you might as well book a hotel. And I like the fact that you can get your bed made in a hotel and you don't have to make it yourself.
right. And I don't know. I don't travel like a ton, but we've done both. And hotels are just easier. And I can't explain why. The only, again, it depends because if you're going to stay somewhere for like 2 weeks and it's not going to be like a hotel suite type thing that has like the mini kitchen in it, then it does make sense to be an Airbnb because you can have like a kitchen. But sometimes, like, you get an Airbnb and you can't use certain stuff, or like there's not really that much space. There's no drawers or anything like that. Like, it doesn't feel like what it's supposed to be. And I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like that's just my hot take. I just feel like I like hotels better than Airbnbs,
I could agree with that.
generally speaking.
Also, well, I guess you don't know that in hotels either. I get really weird about sleeping in beds if I don't know the sheets are washed. So at least if you're in an Airbnb with a washer and dryer, you can wash them. But I would assume hotels would wash them. I would
You
hope.
know, I like to think that too, and I like do have that like weird thing too. Mine's not even just sheets, it's also pillows. So like usually I'll bring my own pillow somewhere because I just like don't know where those pillows have been.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's really weird because I haven't had to travel with my son yet to like any place like that, and um it might change like my mind because Airbnbs might have like a crib or a pack and play that's like safe
Yeah, that's
or like
true.
something like
You
that
don't have
where I
to worry about bringing
don't,
it.
but it just feels like sometimes like I remember I don't think it was one of the ones that I stayed with you, but there was like another one and it was like you have to bring all your own sheets, you have to bring all your own towels, you have to bring all your own stuff, and I'm like, but like
Point then.
yeah, it's just like a lot. So that was my last one.
I love it. I hope people send us their hot takes and you can either comment or we'll put up a poll and I will say the judgier, the better, in my professional
Yeah,
opinion
we'll
on hot
definitely share them. And now we're recording like closer to when they're gonna be out, so you guys won't have to wait as long to hear them. But I'm super interested in hearing people's hot takes now that I know what that means because I had no idea for a really
You know,
long
I
time.
actually just thought about it the other day when I told you hot takes, because I think I heard about it on some reality show or something. Like, this is my hot take. And I was like, I want to have hot takes too.
I will say, because I know we're actually recording 2 days in a row.
We
Um,
tomorrow we're back in person and our
I
hot
know.
is better because
We're
we
back
have
in
light.
person. But I will say this is only my second margarita is what they call it. And my review is still the same as the
So
last
good.
time. It's still pretty good. Like I would drink this again. Like I would actually drink this over some like alcoholic drinks. It's definitely really sugary, so you definitely need to drink water while you're also drinking it. But that's like my only downside of it. It's pretty good. Yeah. Um, and then I think the last thing, because we were texting about it earlier and it was kind of about hot takes, but I think it's more of just like a statement, is that we have come to realize that so many people, like, because now we are, again, not drinking, so very much more focused on our conversations rather than being distracted by very tasty beverages. But like so many people have opinions
Yeah.
that you don't ask for. Like I've had so many conversations lately and it's like, did I not this is gonna sound so mean, but it's like, did I like ask you for your opinion on that? Because usually I ask people for their opinions on like a lot of stuff. But if I don't, then don't give it to me
Yeah.
because I ask so much and so often for it, like, you should know if I'm not asking you for your opinion, like, I don't need it. Like, don't talk to me about how I need to I need to be better with all of my stuff because of what happened with Brady and Gus and the tampon, and I'm like, and it's all from people who, like, don't have kids, and I'm like, "Do you
Yeah.
actually, like, understand?" I'm like, "I actually didn't ask for your advice. I just asked you, like, 1, I just told you because I had to tell you for a reason, or because I didn't really tell anybody else, like, my family doesn't know, but, like, people from work know because I have to work from home now to watch this dog for a couple of days, like, Mark and I are splitting it, but it's like not even just it's not really people from work. It's just like people in general and it's like I didn't ask you for your opinion. Like please stop giving it to me until I ask you. That's
Yeah.
not even a hot take. It's just a statement.
I
Stop
think
doing it.
you realize how vocal people are because if somebody were to say something to you and it annoys you, you could just take a drink and you're like, wow, the world is so much lighter and I'm not about to freak out on this person. But when you're not drinking and totally sober, you just have to kind of listen to them. And yeah, I will say, I think it's the older generation that loves to give opinions that you don't ask for. Even at work, people say stuff all the time. And like, I'm just gonna walk away now because I was told I can't be passive aggressive anymore.
Yeah, like, and I still love that you were told that. That's so funny, but yeah, no, it's exactly what you said. It's like, usually I feel like if I'm, like, out and about or, like, I don't know, home and someone's, like, texting me about something and I'm, like, hanging out, having a drink, or I'm out somewhere having a drink and, like, someone says something dumb, I'm like, "Okay, it's fine." Like, I'm gonna ignore it, but, like, when they just keep coming, I'm like, "I don't wanna hear this opinion anymore."
Yeah, especially after a long day, that's the last thing you wanna hear.
It really
Unless you
is.
ask, you're like, "What should I do in this situation?" And they give their opinion, but I agree, if you don't ask for it, we don't want your opinion.
I don't want it. Like, "Thank you, but no thank you. I know you're trying to help." Actually, I'm not sold that some people are trying to help, but
I
most times people
to
are
be an
trying to help.
asshole.
And I try and take that in, and I'm like, "Okay, you're probably trying to help, but also you're just making it worse." So,
Yeah.
and it's funny because my friend texted me the same, like, my, friend, she literally lives down the street. She, like, was like, "I didn't" like, she is, like, going through a life change, and she's like, "I didn't ask you this thing." And I was like, "Yes, I know." Like, something totally completely unrelated, but she said the same thing. She's like, "I didn't ask that person for their opinion. They just gave it to me." And I'm like, "Why does this keep happening? I don't
Yeah,
know."
it was like our last episode when we were talking about wedding planning, and people love to give their opinions on
Love
your
that.
day when you didn't ask them for it, and you just kinda have
Yeah,
to smile and be like, "It's going to be great."
I know. I think I might I already added a poll, so our is it our last episode of January came out? No. Our second to last episode of January came out yesterday, and we again didn't post about it until today, but we posted about it, and I did just post a poll to see if people are making it through dry January. But I might post another one and be like, what do you want us to talk about? Because now we're recording back to back days and we have some ideas, but if anybody wants something specific, maybe
Yeah. If you
we'll
have a topic, we'll talk about it.
m maybe. I don't it kinda depends. I don't wanna give that as a
Yeah,
blanket.
maybe we shouldn't open up those doors because we could get some very, interesting opinions on what we should talk about, and
But we did ask for it, so we can't be mad.
yeah, but we can't promise that we'll talk about it. If it's something that we don't wanna talk about, we won't because it's our
Exactly.
show.
Exactly. Alright, well, on that note, Jess is gonna go buy her shoes. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see them. Can't wait to see them, but thanks so much for tuning in this week. Rate, review, subscribe, tell every single person you know about this podcast, and watch some of our videos on YouTube. They usually don't come out at the same time, but they're still fun to watch. So, we will talk to you next week and tap
Bye.
in. Bye.